All right, so I wanted to introduce you all to ARM64, AR64 servers, and I could have told you about their performance and all this other stuff, but I thought it'd be much more fun to tell you how you can help combat climate change and save the world as a DevOps person. So, a little background data. We all know global warming is happening, and data centers use an insane amount of energy. These numbers are really tough to get. Even if you cut them in half, they're insane. And how this is basically our future. Yet, we still need more compute. We need more servers, which means more energy, more heat that those things produce, more data centers, because we can't get as many servers into the data center as we used to. So, and this is all because x86 servers were never designed for energy efficiency. It was just how much speed we could get through it. And so thus, generate more heat. You need more AC to cool them, but yet something has to change. Nice thing is AMD now agrees with us, or with this kind of thing, and they're starting to think about this, put this into their future chips. And the nice thing is that their CEO has the right idea, sorta. And she said, over the next decade, we must think of energy efficiency as the most important challenge. Almost got it. Let's fix that. It's today. We don't have a decade for new chips to come out and whatnot. So let's define some terms here. Number one, performance. That's what you think of. This is flops. But the big one, the new metric we really need to think about is performance per watt. This is how much performance you can get out per unit of energy. And that leads directly into performance per rack. How many racks, or how many servers can you get in those racks? If they take up too much energy, produce too much heat, you have to start taking them out, which means more space, which means a bigger data center. And we can't really do that. So let's talk some solutions. We had a great talk yesterday in the Ignite about how you can kind of choose your own region. That's great. More clean power, so less CO2 produced. More solar, less coal. And that's how we can, one great solution. Next one that's really popular right now is immersion cooling. This is where the servers are actually in liquid, and instead of blowing cool air over it, instead what you're doing is using the boiling of that liquid to get rid of the heat. So this is both of these are really cool, but they have some really big buts to them. Number one, you still have to build out the solar and wind, and you're still competing with the electricity grid. Does it go to a home, or does it go to your data center, or downstairs? And with cooling, I really want to see these because they look so cool. But now you have boiling liquid in your server room. And do you have a plumber on staff? What are the chemicals these made of? Are they from ever chemicals? I mean, it sounds great. And by the way, haven't we already solved this problem? I mean, we need a way to do high-performance compute that is energy efficient and doesn't produce a lot of heat. We all have one of these, right? And IoT, too. Can you imagine an x86 phone? It would have no battery life, and it would be hot as hell. Oops. But how did they solve it? They switched architectures. They went to ARM64, or AR64, which is the generic term for it. And we can do that in the servers. This isn't a Raspberry Pi. This is a 128 core server. So anyways, let's go through. What do we need to do 1.3 million requests per second? So good size things. The assumption here is 2 CPUs per server, 2U form factor, 42U rack. So what you need are a whole lot of Intel chips, servers, and they go about 850 watts per server, where an AR64 is 705. And there's so many less servers that you use. Now, Intel will tell you, hey, but we're so fast, if you fine-tune something, you can get incredible performance out of it. How many of you need a dragster to go that quarter mile? No. But now what can you do as DevOps? This little chart here shows you that your CTO, your people who write the checks, actually do listen to you. So make the recommendations to move to an AR64. Now, are you just going to believe me as somebody who works with this? No, go out there. Check them out. There's a whole lot of ways to get free ones. Oracle has, on their cloud, has an always free tier. You can go to any one you like. AWS has Graviton, use that too, although we prefer you to use the others. And then the last thing is join the communities that are out there. ARM has their own Discord, looking for, just look for the server clouds. We have a generic AR64 community, so come and join us. So please go out there, try this stuff out. Let's kind of save the planet by not building another data center. And thank you.